is Mrs. Nike Animation. She's a permanent secretary, Lagos State Ministry of Science and Technology, around the world. And next to her in white shirt is the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Science and Technology, Mr. Adebi Mabadiyo. At this time, I'll hand over the mic to the PS for welcome address, after which the Honorable Commissioner will give a keynote address, a short one.
We have just a minor problem with our IPP, and we couldn't turn on our generators because we mandated not to use the generator so as to see how effective the IPP actually is. And you can see that the response time was like 20-25 minutes. So apologies for that once again. I'd like to welcome you to the second day of this workshop. Some of you, most of you are not here yesterday. Yesterday we had the public sector, the government, to the workshop yesterday. A few selected government agencies who are relevant to the Innovate Lagos concept. And I must say that we had very engaging, useful deliberations. And I'm hoping and trusting that today's presentations by the distinguished speakers will be, if not as engaging, will be more engaging than yesterday's. So I'm delighted to welcome you to the day 2 of the Innovate Lagos Innovation Workshop for private sector participants. And this workshop is being put together by Lagos State Government, Dr. Fashola, who is a sort of champion where innovation is concerned, in conjunction with PRI Project Development. PRI is an internationally based financial advisory firm. Now, let me say that Lagos has evolved over the years, and we all know that the present administration's commitment in providing the necessary infrastructure, coupled with the availability of human capital, will help Lagos State in attaining its desired position of being the innovation hub of the entire West Africa. Now, this two-day workshop has been carefully designed and put together for all participants, both in the private and government sector, to rub minds with innovation experts that we have here, you guys in the private sector, and our esteemed experts seated on the high table, Dr. Shuki Greitman, who I'm sure everybody in the IT community must know. I mean, he's one of the well-known experts in innovation in the entire world. He was a former chief scientist of Israel, and he actually, I believe, he designed all the creators, the IT policy platform, and actually put Israel as the forerunner where innovation is concerned across the world. So I think we're actually privileged to have Dr. Shuki Greitman with us for these 2 days. Please give him a round of applause. And we also have Mrs. Bayi Borofis. She happens to be in Nigeria, but she works with the World Bank. And she's done similar projects for the World Bank. And I am made to understand that when Dr. Shuki invited her, that Lagos State Government was actually planning on this innovation workshop, she was so delighted that she's coming back home to sort of contribute her own expertise and experience where innovation is concerned. So a round of applause for Mrs. Bayi. And to Mrs. Bayi, Borofis is right, is Mr. Yoram Halabi. Mr. Yoram Halabi is also from Israel. And I think his experience as well is setting up incubators, if I'm correct, and accelerators in Israel and across the globe. Please give him a round of applause. Now, this second day of the workshop, I mean, you're probably wondering, why did they invite us? Why the private sector? We have members of the private sector that comes across Google, IBM, Microsoft, GreenConnect, Conga.com, to say but a few. It's carefully set aside for private experts, and it is indeed a prelude to the launching of the world-class infrastructure and to sort of create an awareness of what are the plans for Lagos State where innovation is concerned. Innovation is a handshake with both government and private sector players. So basically, what we're doing with this workshop is to tell you that This is the step and our plans for innovation in Lagos State. Where does the private sector fit in? Where can you fit in? Where can you support? Is it in terms of venture capital? Is it in terms of mini grants? Is it in terms of any form of infrastructural support? And so by the time we come to you.
Okay, I don't think I'm qualified. The people like Shuki and Mr. Hamilton and go phrase there. They actually the people that are here to drive or to assist us continue to drive innovation culture in Lagos State. And I think we're very good hands. She's given you a brief background of everybody's CV, which is excellent. Also, I see in the crowd, we have people, members of my council are here, my vice chairman, Mr. Wale Goodluck, my other members, Mr. Tony Davies, and Mr. Bambali. Thank you guys also for coming. These are people who also have extensive experience, in driving the vision in Lagos in various fields like that. And some of our other partners who we work closely with, I can see my friend from IBM, Biola Allison, everybody's well mentioned. It's not because I don't want to mention it, because I just haven't seen you. Eric, I see you haven't been playing sports for a while, so we can talk about that. Anyway, so that we don't waste too much time, let's go straight into the program. I just want to say thank you all for coming, and I hope we all have a good experience. Like the PS said, we need your feedback on what you think about this exercise when it's done. So without saying much more, thank you, and welcome once again.
Okay, we'll just go straight to the matter of the day. I'd like to call on Dr. Shuki Blackman to do his first presentation on, I can't see the screen. Dr. Shuki, I think she wants to take it.
Thanks, 1 minute. Hey guys, this was all slides about agency, structure, decision making, governance, etc. And then a few words about VC funds and ways of PSA. So, first of all, let's start with the mission, the way that we are adopting it. The mission has two poles actually. One pole is to advise, to sustain, regarding the issue of policy and financial support. And the other one, obviously, is to perform it and to execute the good policy. We can agree very easily to get their awareness, because a major key success factor is the awareness of the private sector of what we are doing as part of the state kind of initiative. Because we need their participants, we need their involvement, and we want their partnership. So firstly, let them know what we are doing, what we think that we are doing. We want to get their input, because from time to time we can do some mistakes. And it's not a showstopper. So we have a lot of experience from all other places, but we don't have all the wisdom in the world, and we need the private sector wisdom as well, because it's cooperation. At the end of the day, it's a partnership. So we want their level of awareness today, and we want their input. So that's a major achievement. But I think you have good academic infrastructure. I think you have a good cadre in Nigeria. And I was with in my limited observation, because I made some studies here. And we have a good society of young, talented people that actually can do it, can make it. And I think that what we are trying to get is a missing building block, which is state policy, to do it right, to support those guys, to create the ecosystem and to create the terms that they can succeed. And I think what is, actually I was approached by Cabinet official to think about it and try to assess this thing. And I see it's a great cooperation and really a positive way to do it. And it's we have an opportunity and we should tap to that. So that's basically what we're trying to do.
Well, I'm hoping that we can separate innovation policy, which is multi-sectoral, from innovation implementation. So what I'm hoping to hear today is about technology
and so that all those companies will be far better than the companies that we have today. There's a growth trend for people who are coming into the industry. For sure, I feel that there is lots more to do. But I feel in the last 3 years, we've emerged from a non-tech sector to a very recently established tech sector in Africa. If you consider the tech sectors in Africa, Nigeria is well placed. I think Nigeria is the place to be for the coming 5 to 10 years in terms of technology. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Well, what we're hoping to get out is a situation where the government has actually sort of like started a little bit of private initiative that begins to allow people to focus on ICT innovation. Again, maybe begin to look at how you can attract talent into Lagos, where in terms of development as a country, we begin to see how ICT can help us as a country, and hopefully that begins to go right ahead. We have the market, we have all the right conditions for it to flourish in Lagos. I'm really hoping to start something else. Right. In Nigeria, I think we've started, and I can use Conga as an example. We have a fantastic team of engineers, very, very local engineers, and developing fantastic solutions in Nigeria. Things that took out of Nigeria, the solution that is missing to our needs in Nigeria. And we need to do more and more of this. I think we've started. We're not there yet. There are a lot of things ICT even in terms of government. ICT ensuring transparency, pushing forward different sectors that create, just everyday life, interacting with ICT. Very, very, very early stage. We're not there yet. We have to look at our schools, look at the companies that are taking the schools, and look at where we will, how we will use the solution to better the lives of every Nigerian. Where we've only just started. That's why events like this can be very good for us as a nation, where we have governments trying to start this initiative. I wouldn't say just the beginning, but once we start engaging, can go around technology is not
Good afternoon. My name is Nigerian. I'm Line Secretary of the Ministry of Science and Technology. Yes. Well, today's workshop is day 2, as we are all aware. It's targeted at the private sector, trying to create an awareness of the private sector players in IT and innovation. That these are the steps, these are the plans, these are the strategies Lagos State government is developing where the population is concerned. So that when the time comes where we need private sector support in terms of venture capital, in terms of winning grants, in terms of matching grants for our incubators and accelerators, it will be new to them. So this is just like engaging the private sector and saying these are our plans for innovation. The private sector has been very, very supportive, to be honest, because I mean, we all know that in anything that we do, first step, the initiative, everybody else will follow in line. So government is always taking the first step against Lagos State government. So the private sector has been supportive. I mean, you can tell by the selected numbers we have called and they are here present. So they are always anxious because government plays a regulatory role. Government creates a conducive environment for them to play. So they have been really supportive.
I want to say that ICT development and let's say Lagos State, how far this is.
We are running. I can say that. I mean, in the last 2 years, Dr. Fashola has demonstrated that innovation, copy best international best practices and best standards. Innovation is the way to go. And as you can see, we signed an MOU with Microsoft, where citizens relationship platform will go live soon, whereby citizens of Lagos State can call in and make inquiries. Our government performance dashboard is ready soon, whereby the governor and relevant members of his cabinet can actually monitor the progress of different ministries and agencies. We have a command and control center whereby the 767 emergency calls. There's so many IT solutions that is evolving right now that we are planning, that we are looking. As soon as it's ready, and it's all to make the life of Lagosians easier, it's all to make government services and access to government services for Lagosians easier. Thank you. Thank you.